Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to Session 6 of my Pillars of Eternity turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time we met and killed Nairwald, and took control of the Caed Nua Keep. I had planned to then delve the deeps of it a little bit this time, but first I think I'm gonna backtrack outside and go looking for our 6th party member.
Certainly.
Occurred to me that that's probably a more prudent thing to do. Decrease our chances of dying. Have one more party member. And they can be acquired quite quickly. Especially since I don't really remember much of the Caed Nua dungeon.
Just like your breeches, scholar lad.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Sure you did, Alof. I think I mostly remember the first floor or two of it, but after that, I don't know. I'll probably only do a little bit of it before I head
Keeping an eye out.
to the main city anyways. I'll just sneak around in here. I'm not gonna get into fights if I can avoid them. They seem needlessly risky.
Hush, Itumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
A dwarven woman, dressed in skins and hides, leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of face paint. She's sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bear figurine between her feet. A large white-furred fox, standing at her heels, looks up at your approach.
Easy, Itumak. It's not him.
You seem lost. She lifts her head and looks at you. I know exactly where I am. It's my friend who's lost. Who are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Standing around here is probably not the most productive thing you could do. Perhaps not, but running around all over the Deerwood hasn't done much good so far. The fox next to her yawns. Your friend is supposed to meet you here.
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know Whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Try something? What exactly are you talking about?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
How long have you been looking for Persok? Her painted brows lower, and her compact muscular frame sags for just an instant. 5 years. Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Deerwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. So you've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember, who could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Why do you have to find Persok? He smiles wryly. That's more of a campfire tale I'm not quite ready to get into. Then it must be an important duty.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
She looks at the Aedra figurine in the dirt. How does that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished Aedra is worn to a dull mat along its arched back and ovoid haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
As she holds it out to you, you feel wisps of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time it looks just like this.
I could take a look at it.
I've heard that one before. Whole reason I'm standing here is because some so-called watcher from Forkvale told me he could take a look. For a few golden dukes, of course. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
Go on.
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
What if I'm Persok? Not to disappoint you, but there's no chance. This thing would glow like a torch. She wiggles the figurine. May I see the figurine?
Why?
I'm a real watcher.
You expect me to believe that? After the story I just told you?
Well, you've got nothing to lose by letting me try.
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
He hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. You watch as you examine it, wary but curious. You raise the Aedra bear, turning it in the light. As your eyes catch a tiny, glinting scratch, the scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own. You catch the musk of beasts amidst the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You'll have to watch your step up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water hundreds of feet below you. Breathing deeply, you smell the salt in the air. Wherever you're standing, wherever Persok is standing, must be near the ocean, not a lake. Deep ruts score the hard-packed dirt. These are the marks of wagons, numerous and heavy laden. A large city is close. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Does that sound familiar? Your question is greeted with shrugs and silence. I've got it. He's standing on a cliff. I return the figurine.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
I told you, I'm a watcher. I know it sounds strange, but it's the truth.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Well, come with me. I've got other business in the area, and we can look for Persok on the way.
If this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
And finally, we have a full party. Oh, and Edar and Aloth both want to have a chat. Let's start with Edar.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him?
Nah, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
There's no need to be embarrassed. I won't judge.
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he'd turned against us and fought for Widewind, been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. But hearing claims that he died fighting for Rayed Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewin had in store, but if he really was Aethys, I thought maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died, so I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
I don't think it works quite that way.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, shouldn't be starting with watches. Should be starting with records. Alright, so why don't you? Edar thinks a moment, his lips twisted to one side. He raises his eyebrows. If there were anything written down about it, they'd have it in the Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Edar has such an interesting mixture of very genuine and very sarcastic. I really like him. Something like this. And we got a bunch of level ups. First, let's put off talking with Aloth until we do this. I think Sagania is going to go with Stealth. I've already got a little bit of that, obviously, on Aloth, but without class bonuses, he'll fall behind. He'll be the one to actually scout out ahead, and he'll be the one to use Stealth to get into position to drop spells to open combat. Much like on the protagonist, I think I'm going to want to take Resilient Companion. You get such a harsh penalty if your pet drops. Anything that keeps them alive feels worthwhile. Well, I've already gone with Vicious Aim. It kind of makes sense to go for variety and take Swift Aim. Could take Predator Sense. Damage bonus on any creature suffering a damage. If that was both her and her companion, I'd take it for sure, but... Because I think Kanna's song counts as a damage over time, and so long as he's alive, everybody in the vicinity has that on them. But I still prefer just getting more bow attacks, I think, and I'll go with Swift Aim. And then if you get Swift Aim, you more or less have to take Swift and Steady, since it's just +5 accuracy. Hard to go wrong with +5 accuracy. I'm going to give her Durance's robes, so she attacks a little bit faster, but also gets a touch of Constitution. Put her bow on 2, as I just prefer it that way. In fact, I'm going to take Durance's staff for her as well. He hasn't gotten the feat for it yet, but her hunting bow uses the same accuracy feat as quarterstaves. I quite like the feeling of synergy of just grabbing that for the rare event she'll need to melee. Plus, her bow is one of the few bows that has multiple damage types, and this is the only quarterstaff, I believe, that has multiple damage types, so it has a nice feel to it. I considered when I made my character stealing her bow from me, But it has slightly lower range, and I think even slightly lower base damage than regular hunting bows, and I didn't like the thought of that. Just athletics. Oh, and we got our first level 2 phrases. I actually kind of think the level 2 ones aren't very good. And frightening everyone nearby is alright in theory. Of course, he does still need to take an accuracy roll on it to make it happen. I assume it's against fortitude. It doesn't tell me here, though. I don't know why the duration is red. That implies he has a penalty to it, but I don't think that he does. I suspect it's brisk recitation. I think brisk recitation makes the duration go down, while also making the next phrase get chanted faster, and that causes it to look like a penalty. That makes sense. There are definitely fights where this would be phenomenal against dragons just passively frighten you constantly. Though again, I don't really know what -2 turns does. If they frighten me for a fright in the last one turn, does that just mean I'm just straight up immune? Because, 1 - 2 is -1, which presumably rounds to not existing? Or does it have a minimum of 1 round or something like that? It's hard to say. If I knew the answer to that, and if the answer was favorable, I could see taking that. I might still end up doing so. I do love the thought of getting this and just parking Kana back with Chie and Sagani for faster attacks. I'd have to play Kana a bit differently than I have been. But it's definitely a good... I want to have that as an option. I do think I'm going to keep him in melee most of the time, but I'm going to take Sure-Handed Ila, knocked her arrows with speed, for the option to turn him into an archer. Especially for when doorways are clogged and he can't get into melee anyways.
Following your lead.
No idea if I'm really using the chanter correctly. I've never played one as a protagonist and always kind of pay a little bit less attention to my secondary characters, so... maybe this is a silly way of doing it and I should be focusing more on having a single song with lots of phrases, but it feels wise to be able to just switch back and forth where I want and get exactly what I want.
What?
Yeah. Endurance, once again, basically doesn't care about any of his skills, just good athletics so that I always have a more or less full heal. Third level cleric spells. Those are decent, I think. Ugh, so many of them. Remember this one being good. I think I do. That might have been in the sequel. Get mixed up. And of course, Header is just also more athletics, both. Well, I just do want to get one more lore with him. Yeah, I'll get lore now and go with athletics next time. I took the weapon focus in long swords, right? What is that? Or just swords, I guess it's called here. Knight, yeah. I'm gonna triple check that because I hate getting that sort of thing wrong. Weapon focus, Knight. Okay, so yeah, I'll take weapon specialization, Knight as well. Oh, could take into the fray, Guardian. This just seems so bad. Again, I think I've mentioned it before, but the aura range needs to be at least triple what it is for this to be worthwhile. Into the fray is neat in theory. I kind of wish it was the other way around. I pull an enemy into melee range. I wish he would charged into the enemy's range. I think that would be better. At least better for my personal tastes. Not just bonus damage with swords. Alrighty. More mechanics, of course. Still tempted to maybe drop some points into stealth. I think I read you need 14 mechanics to get everything, but I don't remember for sure. This is probably Stalker's Link. I mean, just plus 10 accuracy is pretty huge, even if it's only on whatever Nanook is attacking. But a lot of the hardest fights, I should be targeting the same thing as Nanook. I mean, sometimes I send Nanook off to just tank the weak enemies, or to tank the hard enemy, while Chie picks off the weak enemies, rather. Which would make it less effective, but none of these seem great. Mark Prey's fine, but the once per encounter and the fact that I only effectively get it for one turn, base of 5 turns down to 1, wow. Yeah, that is not going to happen. Against AoE attacks, only if we're hit by the same AoE is not great. This would be nice if it applied to both me and the pet. That would be much better, but I'll go with the accuracy. Again, I kind of wish this applied to Nanook as well. But oh well. And it looks like, yeah, Sagani and Aeloth should both be near a level up. Who knows? Maybe just talking to
Yes.
Aeloth will tooth that for me. Aeloth seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
You've been acting strange.
A crumbling castle, abandoned to memories, and an old man who can no longer tell them from reality. I'd say we've seen some rather strange things. And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
Well, there's no point in speculating now.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
Discuss something else. How long were you in Gilded Vale? Not much longer than you. As you saw, it was hardly the haven that had been advertised. Don't feel like going through all of his dialogues.
Hello? Hello?
I had thought I'd just go straight back to Cade Noah and go into the dungeons a bit, but I think I might as well stop by the city first. And a nice big team here. 8 people when you take the companions into account.
How do you do?
What can I do for you? You seem to be on edge. What's the problem? Thousands of them, truth be told. We've got refugees coming in from all parts under some misguided notion that things are actually better here. The legacy somehow passed us over. So they show up with no prospects and little money and just end up making a worse mess of things. He looks you up and down. No offense. I'm looking for the Temple of Wodica. Scratches his beard. Not sure why you'd want to go there, he shrugs. It's in First Fires if you really want to see it. And can you tell me about Defiance Bay? Sorry, but I don't have time right now, but it sounds like that dozenth crackpot Rowan is stirring up trouble again. He jerks his head at the gate. He'd be all too happy to give you a rundown of the city. Liberally flavored with dozens propaganda, of course. He grunts. And good luck to you. What is going on with my voice?
Defiance Bay, the city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution, now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by White One's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Oh, I can't talk to the cat.
Defiance Bay. I miss Adir already.
I have only fairly vague memories of what I'm likely to encounter in here. With a starter quest pop out in my mind, though not exactly where you trigger them or the like. I could probably do with a rest. Only Aloth is even in the yellow, but better safe than sorry. Mostly just exploring, though, to start with.
Gods keep you.
An Orlan man relaxes with his feet propped up on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlan woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at a nearby table, and he spins a dagger in his hand. His hazel eyes watch you. You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds, joining us for a drink. Who are all of you? The name's Two-Tone Wixel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with the expeditions, but we were hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet for the next few weeks anyway. I'm Dreadshot Deedon, and this is Herdy and Ilfa. We were part of separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. He ticks several items off on his fingers. Beasts, barbarians, bioacs. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too. At the next table, Dayton raises his glass. And here's to many more prosperous journeys. Is there something else you wanted? Apparently not.
I shall make it so.
You not know how much this game cares about thievery.
Keep an eye out.
I'm tempted to just
Ready,
rob
Roger.
them, but go to what to like make the entire town hostile if this is like a Neverwinter or
Certainly.
not Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate 1
Ready, Watcher.
situation. decent chunk of change.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Oh, gained a level from unlocking that. I guess just some more stealth. And finally, level 3 spells. Naturally, we're taking Fireball. It is an action type standard, so it doesn't need to charge up, which is the main reason I'm taking it. It's also just simple. Though, without the AoE demarcations, I'll have to be a lot more cautious in its use than I normally would be. Probably only using it as openers. So it would be wise to look for something that I can safely toss as an AoE into the group that contains both my allies and enemies. Slow doesn't hurt. That's also standard. But the bouncing. The bouncing is so chaotic and could easily kill me. Geez, 50% attack speed is a lot. Oh, it's only for him. I can't cast it on someone else. Interesting. Now then. Less enticing. Minus damage reduction. And this one's a will saving throw, unlike Canna's, which was a fortitude. Didn't learn that with Canna, though. I might at some day if it lets me take first level incantations with him going forward. I don't know. "16 turns. I remember those being fairly powerful. But they feel less useful in turn-based, where I'm less inclined to just need Aloth to just keep doing the same thing over and over again so I can focus on other characters, which is, I think, how I mostly used them the first time I played. I think it'll be exposed vulnerabilities. Well, or slow. Nah, yeah, I'll take slow. That feels like it's... -2 attack speed could potentially mean double or triple turning somebody that I'd otherwise only single or double turn, so... Action economy is always important.
Ready, Watcher.
I shall make it so. It's done.
Probably a good thing there's no pickpocket mechanic in this game like there is in the sequel. I would be sorely tempted to use it all the time, and actually can't remember if it makes them go hostile to you, but I assume it makes them go hostile to you if you fail.
Hello.
I shall make it so.
What is this ring? Bartender's Ring. 20% damage against spirits and vessels and +5 will. I mean, that's solid, and I've got a spare ring slot on my highest damage character, so that makes sense. Only 8 out of 10 on that. Sneaking around looking for hidden. Nothing to be done. A woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin, and it wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. Snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. You look like you could use another drink. I'll get there. She takes a long drink from her glass. Just trying to calm down. I'm trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish? He says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At last, Kenra looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone. Something I need to give my fiancé Perniche. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool, I know what it means. Perniche makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, and not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise. Svef changes you, I guess. The Perniche I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. Never thought he'd... She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. But Svef makes people calm and listless. It shouldn't make them violent. Kenra shrugs. I don't really know. Better than believing he's always been this way. Well, maybe I could go talk to him. Her hand rests on the table and she clenches it into a white-knuckled fist. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand and a ring clatters onto the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off, but if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I'll lose my tempo, and I'll probably wind up with another one of these, she points to her bruise. I wouldn't normally hand this off to a stranger, but people say you've got a good heart. If you give this back to him, he'll know we're done. Alright, I'll take it to Perniche then. He looks at you and nods. The house is just north of here, just... Please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience.
Welcome.
Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Barath. Now I run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts and you see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How'd you go from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you'd think. It started with Hollowborn, and with this. He takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Waidwin's legacy, he was one of the first. Never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your faith? He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Barath promises rebirth. Cycles. The only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another, until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. Finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they'd left days before, and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. Cleaned up since then. Not that I've found any answers. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. Alright, can I get a room? Well, first, let's sell some garbage. Have less of it than I thought I would, all things considered. Well, these are expensive. Comparatively speaking, at least. Yeah, let's try the Fletcher's stay. First, check the stash. Double check that. mean I can't just... No, okay, I can use the stash whenever I'm in town. That's good. Stalker's Link. That's what I learned, right? Stalker's Link. Plus 10 accuracy. This adds 20 to damage. Alright. I could have learned Fireball from here instead of buying it on level up, but oh well. Again, he draws up beside you, her fox following at her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
You've been searching for Persoc for 5 years?
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
That must be exhausting.
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Why do you have to find Persoc?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Elitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persoc died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero. Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
I'm sure your village still remembers you, Sagani. You're kind to say so, but I'm not so fragile that I need my name chanted in the meeting halls.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me, if they think of me often.
Of course they do. They must. I would like to believe it. Yet sometimes days go by and I realize that they have not crossed my thoughts. Such days are rare, but they happen. She looks away, tugging at the strap of her quiver. It shames me to think of it, but more than that, it scares me.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persoc will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
Yes, in fragments. He leans a hair's breadth closer. Really, what's that like? It's strange. Feels like I'm going crazy most of the time. He sits back. I don't envy you. Guess I'm lucky I only have to worry about someone else's past life.
Makes me wonder what Persoc remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
What will you tell him about your village?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Itamak brushes against her hip, and she scratches his head. Recently, there have been a lot of good years. My aunts say we've had fewer clashes with neighboring villages thanks to the hunting territories that Persoc helped establish. In bad years, we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persoc brokered a lot of those agreements too. Holds up the bear figurine. He got this from one of the Almawa ships that used to trade with us. Masuk must be a tight-knit village.
As family.
He shoves the Adra bear back into her caribou skin pack. Sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for it to be over? It's too early to tell. He nods. Fair enough. He raises and stretches, looking around. Might as well keep moving while we've still got some daylight. Alright, let's go. The voice acting in this game is excellent. I particularly like the clipped and precise pronunciations of Sagani.
What have we here?
Oh, yes. Nice. This summons some beetles when used. Toss it on Sagani since she gets Fury. I haven't had a fight with her yet, but she should get turns frequently and not have a lot to do with them other than just plink arrows. The statuesque woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors you with a look of acknowledgement. Her eyes shimmer under silvered eyeshadow and a razor-precise line of kohl. Before you can speak, she throws her hands up in dramatic fashion.
Greetings.
Autographs are for after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the Revel of the Stars. What is the Revel of Stars? We are the finest theater troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life. She looks at the amphitheater with rapturous expression. We stage our performances right here in Copper Lane for the edification of all. Suppose I can spare a moment for a fan. The Revel of Stars take in many new members. But of course, good drama is the balm to the soul, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible. How long do you keep members? As long as they are able to satisfy the demands of their roles. She smooths a wayward strand of hair. True acting can be a grueling process, so some last longer than others. What kind of members do you take? We'll take in the new and the old, the tall and the small, the experienced and the inexperienced. Whoever is best suited to fulfill a role to the utmost. Alright, let's ask something else. Very well. If you happen to know any aspiring thespians, please send them my way. Her lips stretch into a hungry smile. We always have a place for novices. I think we've already inferred what she does, so farewell. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. In the way you fought, cutting down two at a time, we shared quite a victory, you and I. Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. My, oh, by the flame. For just a moment I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth and the Northwatch Rangers. Trials and adventurers from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Oh, tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coffers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepen. That was until we faced Helg of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled towards the Valian Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat, not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. And now you hear this woman's voice? I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. He sniffs and wipes his eyes. You are truly a gift from the gods if there's anything you can find of her.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Alrighty. Good enough option for something to do in the city.
Slow and silent.
As you approach the dead man, you can feel the faint traces of his soul lingering. Stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near, without warning, the soul hurries toward you, as though you were a solitary light in the dank gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You are in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face. You are following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, traveling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded. Again, he draws up next to you. You alright? Looked almost like you'd lost your footing for a minute. Feels that way when I see into the ether. He watches you quietly. You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. Cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see, but looking at you, I'm not so sure. Neither am I. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. Can't say I've met a real watcher before. Oh, don't worry about her. She just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer her up, so I just let her. Once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Every time she goes a little strange in the face, I try to see if I can hear anything. Kenna grins. Hasn't worked so far. See if you can get her to tell you what the spirit said.
I'll see what I can find.
Let's go a little bit closer.
Oh?
Spot on! Ready, Watcher.
Apparently I can't hotkey items in my backpack. That's unfortunate. Help me remember that it exists. I have a bad habit of forgetting to use consumables. And under circumstances that demand it. Oh, god damn it. Really wish the characters could squeeze past each other a little bit easier in this game.
Helpful? You're not getting through me.
What? Following your lead. Quae selmes metum. Fortacoa!
Ready, Watcher.
Right, putting him into
After an
archery
easel.
support for a change. See how that goes.
Yes? Helpful?
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Yes.
Spot on!
I really wish it told you how it arrived at the damage. Like, it shows me the DR, but I'd like to see if that Stalker's torque is actually doing something. You know, I said before that the damage over time couldn't possibly have done 70-something damage, but I guess maybe it does just do a lot more than I realized. 88? Jesus. Oh, it is 100% damage inflicted over... I thought it was like 20. I just never looked at the number. Wow.
Ready, Watcher.
That is a lot better than I realized. And there's no way to get more than 2 charges.
Aye? These ones are in for a walloping! Hey.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Let's end this! I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Yes? I shall deal with this one.
Oh, good. Once again, he's level up. He's a bit behind the rest of the party. Feels like the same option for her. Almost wish I could just spend this particular level of ability on just a random talent, as I think a lot of those would be better than anything you can get there. I'd much rather just pick up the weapon focus peasant, I think it is, that I'll be getting for her.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very...
Careful and sneak around these sorts of areas, just in case there's a trap. 116, and that was silver, so I think those were worth like 3 or 6 copper each. I'm not a huge fan of the game's decision to do that, where you'll find gold in the chest or silver in the chest, but in your inventory it just displays as copper, so it never really matters. It just makes it harder to read what's going on.
Oh?
I'm here.
Oh, good. Both of the wounding shots apparently go on him separately. I was kind of worried one might override the other. Oof, that stung. I hate how they get disengagement attacks when you're not disengaging, you're just repositioning to something a little bit more advantageous.
Indeed.
Hey.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one. Let's end this. Wherein Chie.
Spot on!
Oh, nice, got the prone.
Ready, Watcher.
How may I help?
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Here's a lesson to be taught.
These ones are in for a walloping!
Wow. You can't believe that 81 damage crit there. Didn't
Hey.
finish it off. Wow, it's only badly injured. It's not even near death. This thing's got
Following
a
your
bucket full of health.
Roak 10.
These ones are in for a
Oh,
walloping!
ah, dang it.
After him, Ichimok.
Yes? How may I help?
Ready, Watcher.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
Let's try and let that
Following
slime
your-
come to me a little bit. Yeah, definitely gonna aggro the other one getting in here, but
Aye?
no real other options there.
Let's have it out!
After him, Ichimok.
Following your lead. Your tale ends here.
Do not know what that sound is.
Let's
Happened a
burn
few
this
times when a
away.
character's turn started.
Hey.
Yeah!
Hey. You're not getting through me.
Ready, Watcher. After him, Ichimok.
How may I help?
I shall deal with this one.
What? Let's burn this away.
After him, Ichimok.
Following your lead. Roak 10.
Let's have it out!
Oh, excellent. Finally got that done. Next up is just 700 damage, which should happen pretty quickly. That's like 10 attacks if they're all crits. It looks like the bonus it got was that it went from fine to exceptional, giving plus 4 accuracy and plus 15 more damage than it had before. Nice.
Slow and silent.
Yeah, that sound. No idea what that is.
Light, flame, and
But
sound.
it happened when Sagani joined me, I think. So maybe it's her swift aim? I don't know why that would make such a loud noise. But the audio balance in this game seems wildly out of whack, with the music sometimes being significantly louder than the voices, despite the fact that I have it set at, I think, 50%? 60%? Yeah, 60% music. Still sometimes louder than the voices. Just in case it's a really dangerous trap, move everyone else away. Ooh, boots. Nasataki boots. Freeze DR and stealthy. I feel like I heard something shifting when I looted that. 5 damage reduction freeze and +2 stealth. One of them. Sagani's stealth is already higher. So I'll give it to Aloth, so I have 2 people. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll toss it back to Sagani at some point. Or if I can just kill this. Nope.
Yes.
Kill this thing with ranged attacks before it gets to do anything. Oh, nope, because apparently I can't see over that railing. Great.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh?
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
Oh, this is just
Hey.
annoying. Oh, it can shoot up the railing, but I can't shoot down. I'll have to try again. Maybe it was just a weird angle issue.
Following your lead. Wherein Chie.
Finish them!
Oh, there we go.
How may I help?
Yep, that noise again. What on earth is causing that noise?
Helpful?
Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
One of the rare circumstances where I wish I could just hit a button to toggle turn based off and just let everyone
Follow
run
your
over
lead.
there.
Your tale ends here.
Hey.
I really thought that would finish it. Tumac can't quite make it there.
Ready, Watcher.
That should
My
do.
bow's ready.
What?
I'll take a look.
That could be trapped. I shouldn't loot that with Durance.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Okay.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea,
What have we here?
which is not very quiet.
A fine chainmail, I assume? Yeah. Well, it beats the chainmail many of my team members are using. Plus 2 DR, not bad.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
Got to try something else.
How may I help?
Hey.
Interesting that E2Max seems to go significantly before Nanook. Once again, very much wish I could see their stats.
There's a lesson to be taught. Let's burn this away. Following your lead. For to come.
How may I help?
My bow's ready.
Let's burn this away!
Spot on!
I'm almost shocked that it actually let me shoot over there. I thought for sure that
Hey.
railing was going to block line of sight somehow.
Leave it to me!
Following your lead. Proactive!
That is clearly not where I clicked.
Aye?
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Hey, leave it to me!
That's annoying.
Yes?
Let's have it out!
I'm here. My bow's ready.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
I don't know who it's
Yes?
targeting that it can't reach them, but
For to
kind of wish it would just stand still or
Following
come
your
up and
lead.
melee the people on the bridge.
Yes? I shall deal with this one.
Oh, where's it going now?
Yes?
Yes.
Finish them!
Certainly.
I'm here. My bow's ready.
Yes?
Hey,
Following your lead.
I'm just gonna... I think I'm gonna switch Canna back melee mode. It's honestly very hard to tell
How may I
how
help?
much that song is affecting
I shall deal with this
turn
one.
order. Maybe substantially.
Let's burn this away!
I'm here.
Needs more
Got an arrow
numbers.
for this one.
Selmes metu. Fortacoa!
Yes. Spot on!
These ones are in for a walloping!
Got an arrow for this one.
What? What? Following your... Let's end this!
That was an easy but annoying fight.
To whispers and shadows.
$200 copper, that's nice. Temple of Wodica. Well, I don't want to immediately progress main plot, so I'll stay away from that for now. Lots of side questing to do, and I do not want to be stingy with the side questing, as every piece of gear and every extra level I can get makes me slightly less likely to die horribly. I hope these skeletons aren't immune to piercing.
Oh? Spot on!
They are not.
Ready, Watcher.
Yes?
hey.
Whoops. Only just drew all of them. Oh, and they
What?
include a wizard. That's never ideal. think... Yeah, God, I wish I could see the AoEs. If I hit that here, I'm sure it'll hit everyone back here. If I hit it as far forward as he can cast it, I think it might just barely clip Edar, but I'm not at all sure, and it doesn't feel like worth wasting. I know this has a much bigger AoE, so I'll toss that there. Go for accuracy instead of defense. Hope that'll do. I tried to get through the doorway. Love how they just teleport if they're standing too near somebody sometimes in order for the game to try to get them out of it.
I'm here. Got an arrow for this one.
Yes?
It looked like it hit everybody except for Nanook, which is not bad. Let's try out our fireball. Not as much range as I thought it had. Unless there's some weird line of sight stuff going on. No, just not much range at all. Oh good, I only saw the 9. At least I did 24 and 41 to some of the other targets. Oh no, they brought down Nanook. Oh no, they're gonna bring down Aloth.
Following your lead. Croak 10!
Stuck in the door in still a very awkward way.
Oh? Spot on!
That was a good shot. 90 damage.
Damn it!
Oh, that's not good.
Care of Aloth.
Careful, they're thinning our number.
Brith Uligna.
End up resting after having taken all these losses anyway, so might as well use that for the day.
Ready, Watcher.
Yes? Croak 10!
Oh good. Did not think that would be stunnable.
Yes.
I would love to have a way to get Nanook back up in combat. I think Rangers eventually get an ability to resurrect their own animal companion, but that might just be in the sequel.
After him, Itamok.
Always hard to keep it straight.
Hey. Leave it to me!
What?
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Following your lead. For Takoa!
Nice. That summon does so much damage when it gets a good hit, considering it also stuns.
What? There's a lesson to be taught.
And what's left? Skeleton, skeleton, skeleton fighter. I always forget to use these, though they are free actions, I think. They don't, yeah, action type free. They don't even take a turn, so I should use them more. Don't need to this case, because I've definitely got this fight won now.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Hey. Leave it to me!
Following your lead. Sacre tu!
Ready, Watcher. After him, Izmok.
Kind of like these little summon items that spawn a bunch of wood beetles more in the real time with pause, so you don't actually have to control them. They're kind of just there to add some flanking bonuses and distract the enemies. They don't really do damage. It feels very unsatisfying to individually target with them just to see 4 damage. Oh, cleared that out, that's good. Garbage to sell. Alright, I want to grab a shield on Canna. Hopefully someday I'll find some, like, enchanted shields.
To whispers and shadows.
Oh, 320, that's quite a bit of monies. I remember there being some really dastardly traps around here that maybe they're even high enough that I can't do them despite being specialized in them, considering I'm only a ranger and don't get any bonuses to such. So I do currently have +1 mechanics from that. Never picked up a scroll or anything that gave bonus to mechanics, did I? Doesn't look like it. Almost surely never actually think to use those scrolls. It's so difficult to use without blasting my own party anyways.
Silence surrounds me.
Well, sneak ahead with my best. Oh, can detect it at least. Can we disable it?
It's done.
Level 8 difficulty. What's my traps? Eight. Oh, just. That might be one of the easier
What
ones.
have we here?
There's a harder one I'm about to blunder into and die from. Oh, that one's easier. That one was another 8. Okay. And we will rest. You wake to the sensation of being shaken, and you open your eyes to see Eddar standing over you, his hand jostling your shoulder. He looks concerned. Your eyes are heavy and your vision blurred, the vague unease of unremembered nightmares clouding your thoughts. You're not sure you slept at all the previous night.
Hey! Hey! You awake? Good. You were kind of thrashing around, eyes rolled back in your head. You were shaking. Trying to snap you out of it for a long time now. I was gonna have to get a bucket of cold water. You don't seem like you get much rest at night. You got those dark circles under your eyes.
Not lately. At night there are dreams, whispers.
Well, it's the Watcher thing then. I'm sure it just takes some time to adjust is all. I'll try to let it sort itself out. But you'd better wake up faster next time. Trust me, you don't want that bucket of cold water.
Let's see what lies this way.
A lone figure in tattered robes shuffles across the chamber, muttering under its breath. As you approach, the figure halts, and swivels its head toward you. Its haggard visage a labyrinth of wrinkles and sores, overgrown by a moss-like beard. "What's this? Who disturbs Helig's work?" Its voice rattles and gurgles like that of a drowning man. "You're Helig? Dalton sent me to look for Rowena." He leans back and bursts into raucous laughter. His threadbare robes drift apart, revealing an amulet and a ragged wound running from chest to throat. It spatters a black, viscous fluid on the floor with every cackle. "That old fool still alive? I do hope he doesn't bear a grudge for that incident. It was so very long ago." Dalton believes Rowena is in the catacombs. He seems to restrain another bout of chuckling. "No, you could say that. If you were to retrieve my grimoire from Modred, I'll let you in on the secret." Normally inclined to just kind of help people and take people at their word, and I'm wondering how much my desire to select, alright, what do you need me to do, versus, what if I just beat the secret out of you, is informed by my vague memory of how this goes. I think I'm going to take the second, because he does seem extremely suspicious, what with being surrounded by undead and laughing at things creepily. You could try, and then you'd just end up dead. No bargain. I'll find Rowena without you. Fairly confident I'd end up in a combat with him eventually anyways. But why waste time running all over town first? Would have been nice to get a crit, but oh well. Okay. There. A little bit of distance
Ready,
there.
Watcher.
Honestly, more afraid of the Revenants than him. I haven't fought one yet. They might be extremely dangerous. I don't know / remember. Decent chunk of damage that I did not want to have.
How may I help?
Well, it doesn't do very much damage to Itumak, though it does knock down on hit, which isn't ideal. Oh, and they can barely move. That's nice.
Hey.
How much is Spirit Shield? Oh, it's just damage reduction and concentration. I thought it was like plus 30 deflection. Excellent.
Following your lead. Let's end this!
So when I took this fight, I was a little concerned that it might go very badly, so this has been quite nice.
Aye?
Let's burn this away! Proactive!
Got an arrow for this one.
Oh?
Yes? I shall deal with this one.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Leveled that up again already. Next time, I need to cause the stunned affliction 25 times with it, and I now have a 15% chance to stun on hit or critical. Oh, that's going to take a while. It took ages to get 10 of those, not the same chance for prone. But hey, now I have a 15% chance to prone and stun on hit. That is amazing. I remembered this being good. I didn't remember it being that good, especially if it rolls those... I don't know if it's that 30% total or 2 separate rolls for 15, because the latter would be more likely to get at least one of them.
Following your lead.
Ooh, bunch of magic gear. Fine scepter, fine robe, soulward amulet. A soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged Stelgar. It's filled with a fierce, restless energy. Who are you? You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rowena. The vision shifts to a windswept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in matching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rowena falls among them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier. Too weak to speak, the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixed on Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Dalton sent me to find you. Soul pulses with warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous. But fury and despair gnaw those images away until all you can feel are cold, crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering and the soul inside rising and dissipating among the stars.
Nice and quiet.
Anything interesting in that book? Not particularly by the looks of things. I don't remember if it's a case in the first game or if it's only the second that you can sometimes find grimoires that have spells that you just plain cannot get through leveling up. Ooh. Lose a little bit of initiative for 5 damage. I think it's probably worth switching from literally nothing to having some clothing. Boy, is that a goofy looking ranger. Not sure what that's about.
Now here's something.
Disappointing, but sure.
What have we here?
Didn't mean to click that quickly, but I think that was just an arquebus. An unenchanted arquebus. Like we're about half done with this particular sewer map. Yeesh. Thought I'd get this whole thing done in a little over an hour. It's an hour and a half now, but definitely going to want to finish this dungeon. I want to end in the middle of it. Maybe a full dungeon since I'm not going into the Temple of Wotica.
Which is not very quiet.
No, God, I don't care about the backer gravestones. In the unlikely event anybody who's watching this doesn't know, these are just Kickstarter backers with little things they wrote. This small Orland man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry-looking little camp. The thick fur of his limbs is matted and his clothing smeared with blackening grime. He looks startled as you enter, his eyes widening in alarm.
Good day to you.
After a moment, however, he smiles weakly. Hello there. Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. He glances around the dim room. What can you tell me about these catacombs? Eorn smiles wryly. Haven't explored too much of it, to be honest. Got lucky finding this little corner of it. Now let me think. Well, the canal there, that's Grogan's canal. Grogan was the dwarf that planned the whole thing. It runs up through Andra's gift and spills out into the sea there. Otherwise, it's just a lot of bones. There's the Warrens for people that couldn't afford better, but it's all flooded now. The fancier folks, they have their own resting places. Down here, drier places. The Dukes of Deerwood are down here, actually, if you want to pay your respects. Anything else I can do for you? Well, what are you doing down here? I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much. Not until you, anyway. Alright, let's talk about something else. Okay.
Nice and quiet.
I shall make it so.
Ready, Watcher.
I could
Yes?
just wait. Let them come to me if I can. Ah, it's another archer up there. That'll be annoying. Ouch.
Let's burn this away! Selmes metu.
Hey,
Pathfinding irritating as fuck sometimes in this game.
Spot on!
Yes?
There we go.
I'll take a look.
Not sure how a line of sight is letting me see through the wall there, but sure. Wizards. Hate fighting wizards.
Aye? Aztec, were that?
Ready, Watcher.
Spot on!
Come on, Itamak, you can step forward a little bit, can't you?
Yes?
hey.
What?
It looks like the blinding might have been unnecessary, but better safe than sorry. Ooh, fine scale armor. That 9 versus... That worse than mail? I would have thought scale was better. Lighter. Using Brigandine? Yeah. Right, toss it on. Durance.
Laying low.
The enchantment is about equal to the ring mail while being a bit lighter.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh? Spot on!
Aye?
Hey.
Following
He's
your
already dead.
I'm here. Got an arrow for this one.
Following your lead.
Aye?
Too close might have drawn the other one.
Flame and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
I'm here.
Oh?
Ooh, a stun. I think that's my first one.
How may I help?
Hey.
Not even slow you down. Following your lead. Wait, your tail ends here.
After him, Ichimak.
Yes? For Takoa! Hello? Hello?
I'm here. Get it on!
Aye?
Hey.
I knew it.
What?
Worried going around the corner there would draw more, but I didn't want to just stay back forever.
Moe Ixi Ana. Following your
Oh, that drew a lot of them. Probably more than I should have.
Sailness Metu.
Really wish Aloth had some more easy to use abilities.
Lava will be on seek!
Spot on! Ready, Watcher. After him, Ichimak.
Following your lead. Let's end this!
How may I help?
Oh, bunch of these little mushroom guys. Oh no, more trolls. And a bunch of these little mushroom guys. Okie dokie. Oh, this is terrifying.
Ready, Watcher.
Damn it.
Oh, that's not good.
Following your lead. Roak 10!
Let's get some accuracy up.
Moe Ixi Ana.
Aye?
Alright, well, Gonna be confused. Him just not doing anything is about ideal.
Down by one.
You know what? This is a good opportunity to speaker the restless here.
Spot on. Ha!
Can't reach that. Oh. Nice.
Aye? Burn and rough!
After an
Well, I just want to thin them out if I can kill some of the weakened ones. Numbers down.
Following your lead.
That too. I think I'm just gonna wait with Canna until he gets another. Oh, that's not good.
Aztec worth and rough!
A big plus to defenses. Are you? You're down here. I mean, an iconic projection isn't terrible. You got an angle here. I'll hit almost all of them, I think. Don't need the healing, but the damage is decent. Honestly, better than most of the wizard spells for damage, especially at level 2. Really like to finish off this dank spore as soon as possible so that it will not be confusing half my party.
Hey.
Decent chunk of them got hit with the blinding. So mostly for only 2 turns.
Following your lead. Reluctant!
Yes.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
What?
Oh, nice.
Aye?
Ready, Watcher. After an eat 'em up.
What?
Let's do another blast.
The values beyond seek.
Yeah, that went reasonably well.
Hey. You're not getting through me. Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
How may I help? Lava will be on seek!
Alright, that makes things feel a little bit safer.
My bow's ready.
Following your lead. Sacre blue! Here's a lesson to be taught.
Yes.
Badly injured, injured. Can I pick off? That one probably.
Hi.
I'll re-blind, see if I can get those 3 trolls to minimize danger here. Probably unnecessary, but I'm afraid of them. Definitely kill people if they get a good hit. The Sporling's not as big of a... as frightened by. They don't do much damage, though they do have that knockdown on hit, which is obnoxious.
Yes? Your tale ends here!
My bow's ready.
What?
Really need to learn the effective use of the level 3 spells for the cleric, because they all seem bad. Pillars of Faith is okay damage, but it's fortitude. Well, reflex then fortitude. What's reflex on the trolls? Their reflex isn't great. Excellent. Okay, that's a use for him. That one.
Navarro beyond seek.
Not great, but not bad. Stop this one.
Hi. Navarro beyond seek.
My bow's ready.
Following your lead. Sacre blue!
You're not getting through me.
Hi. These ones are in for a walloping.
Ready, Watcher. After him, Ishmak.
What? Let's burn this away!
Yes. I shall deal with this one.
For Takoa!
Definitely finish off this one. Oh, guess I'm wrong. Even at near death, 74 damage
I'm
isn't
here.
finishing it off. That is crazy.
My bow's ready.
I've been poisoned!
Hey, leave it to me.
There we go.
Let's burn this away!
Because I have seemingly no control over who my characters are engaged with. Want Durance to engage with the troll to his left, not the one above him.
Been poisoned.
Oh, I finished completing the main keep.
Hi.
Let's have it out!
Ready, Watcher.
Wow.
My bow's ready.
We've got enough turns in a row now, it shouldn't really be a concern.
Proactive!
I'm here. After him, Ishmak.
Hi. These ones are in for a walloping.
Let's burn this away!
Oh?
Hey, you're not getting through me.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Following your lead. Let's end this!
Let's have it out!
What? Let's burn this away!
I'm here. My bow's ready.
How may I help? These ones are in for a walloping.
Whew. That was a much bigger combat than I was expecting.
To whispers and shadows.
Oh, and another one. Got to assume it's alone by now.
Spot on!
Yes?
Hey.
Here's a lesson to be taught. Yes? Way for sail, Mason. Your tale ends here.
Spot on!
Nice and quiet. Shh.
Alright, looks like we've pretty much explored this level of the sewers. Just run up and down this path here to see if we discover any hidden stuff. And it doesn't look like it. Perfect. Get out of here. Yep, some loot I missed.
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
How do you do?
His tired eyes brightened. Did you find her? Helig bound her soul in this amulet. Oh, no, I'm not taking that one. Show him the amulet. Yes, but not as you expected. The old man studies the amulet. Rowena used to wear this. Where did you get it? From Helig, who's kept her soul trapped inside it for decades. It's time to set her free. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. No, please. After searching for her for so long, he gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams. That would be enough. This isn't your choice. Rowena wants to be released, and I will honor her wishes. The bloodstone shatters, and as essence departs from the gem, a wail escapes Dalton's lips. He falls to his knees, scooping up the broken fragments and sobbing. Better that you'd stayed in the catacombs, you heartless creature. Well, fucked that up. Fairly confident it's possible to convince him that releasing her is the right thing to do. I think he even gives you a better reward if you do. Oh well. I think that is a good time to call the end of the session. Thank you for watching and/or listening.